you already know, we have started with chapter 10, motion and measurement of distance, and in that you have covered different types of motion. For today, we are going to discuss vibratory motion, periodic motion, non-periodic motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Coming to vibratory motion. Now children, you must have observed that when you stretch a metallic wire or a rubber band, it starts moving. This type of movement is called a vibratory motion. Vibratory motion is similar to an oscillatory motion. Only thing in that here the object does not move as a whole. And in case of vibratory motion, there occurs a change in shape and size of an object. You all see, even when you stretch a rubber band, you can see that there is a change in the shape, it elongates in shape, and there is also a change in the size, that it increases in size. Now, all string instruments, they show vibratory motion. Now, that may include drum, that may include your guitar, violin, all the string instruments show vibratory motion. Now, let us discuss periodic motion. Now, periodic motion is a repetitive motion. It means that this motion repeats itself after a fixed interval of time. For example, children, you all know that on an average, human heart beats 72 times per minute. You all know that Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. You also know that Earth takes 365 by 4 days to complete one revolution, rotation, revolution, heartbeat. All these are examples of periodic motion. That is the motion which repeats itself, but it repeats after a fixed interval of time. Now let us see how is this periodic motion different from non-periodic motion. As the word suggests, here also we have non-periodic. Non-periodic means a repetitive motion. So a non-periodic motion is also a repetitive motion. It also repeats itself, but not at fixed interval of time. For example, you can see a footballer who is playing on the ground. He is kicking the football again and again, but the time duration, that means he is repeating his motion, but the time varies every time. So such type of motion is called non-periodic motion. Or you may see honeybees buzzing around flowers, collecting nectar, but at the time they are also showing non-periodic motion. That means they are repeating the motion, but the motion is not repeated at a fixed interval of time. I hope non-periodic motion is clear to you. Now, let us discuss next motion. What is that? Uniform motion. Now, suppose we have a vehicle which is moving on a road. For example, let us see the vehicle cover distance. It starts from A, it moves to distance B in 1 second, and at that time it has covered the distance of 2 cm. Seeing when now again from B it starts, move to C, cover a distance of 2 cm, again it is taking the time as 1 second. So our uniform motion is that motion in which an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. As you can see, an object moving from A to E, in first second it has traveled a distance of 2 cm, in seconds it has traveled a distance of 2 cm, in third second the object has covered a distance of 2 cm, and in fourth second also the object has covered a distance of 2 cm. That means an object is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. Such type of motion is called uniform motion. Okay. Now suppose we have another object which is moving from A to B, and at that time it is covering a distance of 3 cm in 1 second. Now the object moves from B to C. At that time, again in 1 second, it covers a distance of 2 cm. So here you can see, children, that in 1 second the distance covered by So, such a motion in which an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, such type of motion is called non-uniform motion. For example, a car moving in on a busy road. When the traffic is not that much, the car has traveled a distance of, let it be 40 kilometers. But again, in the next hour, if the traffic is more, then the speed of the car decreases and it is covering a distance less than 30 meter, then we can say that the object is showing non-uniform motion. That is the motion in which an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Such type of motion is called non-uniform motion. Now let us quickly recap what we have done today. We have seen what is vibratory motion. We have discussed it's a type of oscillatory motion only in which the object does not move as a whole. And I have shown you that in case of vibratory motion, there is a change in shape and size of an object. Then we have seen periodic motion, a motion which repeats itself after a regular interval of time. Then we have discussed non-periodic motion, a motion which does not repeat itself after a regular interval of time. Then we have seen uniform motion, a motion in which an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Then we have also discussed non-uniform motion, a motion in which an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. So now I request you children to go through the topic which are given in the book. Just read the book thoroughly, and now you are going to observe a PPT which will make the concept more clear. Thank you.
Good morning, children. Today we are going to see a PPT on vibratory motion, periodic motion and non-periodic motion, uniform and non-uniform motion. Now let's start. Vibratory motion, a type of motion in which a particle moves to and fro about a fixed point. This type of motion is known as vibratory motion. Examples of vibratory motion are a metallic wire when plugged in the middle starts showing vibratory motion. All string instrument shows vibratory motion. A tuning fork shows vibratory motion, a weight on a spring and a boy on a swing. In a vibratory motion, a body moves to and fro about its position of equilibrium along the same straight line so that it repeats its motion. Now coming to periodic motion, a motion that repeats itself after a fixed interval of time. That is the motion of hands of a clock, motion of earth around the sun, motion of the needle of a sewing machine, rotation, revolution are all the examples of periodic motion. Coming to non-periodic motion, a motion that repeats itself but not after a fixed interval of time. Examples are as follows: running of a batsman between the wickets, movement of a hand while writing, swaying of branches of a tree, clouds moving across the sky, bouncing ball, flowing water, beating of tabla, movement of the body while dancing, motion of a bouncing ball under the action of gravity and friction, and even your eyes watching a football match. These are all the examples of non-periodic motion. Coming to uniform motion. A body is said to be in uniform motion if it travels equal distance in equal interval of time, no matter how small these time intervals may be. In a uniform motion, direction of motion remains the same. Some examples of uniform motion are movement of hands of a watch, rotation and revolution of the earth, movement of the blades of a ceiling fan. These are all the examples of uniform motion. Coming to non-uniform motion, when a body does not cover equal distance in equal interval of time, the motion is said to be non-uniform. Examples include a horse running in a race, a bus on its way through the market, a bouncing ball, movement of an asteroid, aircraft moving through the clouds and then landing, dragging a box from a path, a man running a 100-meter race, a car coming to a halt, a train coming to its terminating stop, and a car colliding with another car. So children, today we have discussed uniform motion, periodic motion, non-periodic motion, vibratory motion. I hope the topic is clear to you. Thank you children.